Good evening, everyone. What is happening? How is everybody doing on this fine Monday morning? Afternoon? Why did I say morning? Nighttime. It's nighttime.
Did you just woke up? Or what's going
you
on?
know, honestly, let's be truthful. This has just been one of those really tough days.
It is.
You know, it's like
crazy. Yeah.
but
what's new?
No, this day was rough, man. I mean, that whole camera thing stymied the hell out of me.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah, that was definitely.
That was a hit and a half. Like, we need a day off.
Yeah. Can we come back tomorrow?
Like, that totally screwed us up.
Yes.
Oh wait, I did that.
Hey, perfect. That's it.
Yep.
Luck you.
I thought I did. Yeah, mine is locked.
Mine is locked.
Yeah,
Yours is not.
No, mine was locked. Did that even do anything? I feel like I just put it back to where it was. All right, hang on. Okay, I read it.
You sure?
Yeah, no, but yeah, I'm sure. Here we go.
All right. Hello again.
Anyways, it was just one of those weird days where, if you caught the Instagram show, we were working on a backup camera, and they're the HD Kenwoods, and you have to have a screen hooked up to see them. We were putting it on the front of this car that's out of frame here, and just the way we were reviewing it, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
It was really screwing with our
crazy.
heads.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that should be working by now.
I sent an email for news. Oh,
I'll check it out later. Yeah, I don't typically check my emails during the day because I don't have time. What's the best value sub to buy? Well, man, there are just so many subwoofers out there.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
like what value are we talking?
So let's not even look at value. Let's look at it like this, because I mean, you know, if you got $150, you can buy a subwoofer. You got $300, you can buy a subwoofer. If you got $80, you can buy a subwoofer. There's pretty much a subwoofer at every price point along the way. So it's not like you can't buy one for almost next to nothing. Really, what you want to look at is, forget the value in the woofer, is what woofer do you want? What characteristics do you want? How much power are you going to be running to it? If you're not going to be running a ton of power, then you want to look at something that's efficient, meaning something that'll be loud with not a lot of power. One of the nice things about Rockford is that, like, the Rockford woofers are very efficient. They're also very affordable. So you don't, like 300 watts, 300 to 500 watts, get you rocking and rolling, nice boomy fat sound. And they're not the only ones. It's just the first one that pops in my mind. There's a lot of woofers out there. And then, of course, then you look at, all right, do I want something with a big surround? I'm going to be putting tons of power to. I'm going to go buy one of those, like Derek's amp dyno budget buys that he finds on Amazon. So he's going to buy a 1500 watt amp that's really a 1000 watt amp, but it's only $150. So, do I need something with a big surround? Am I going to build a porta box? What kind of space do I have? Do I have room for a porta box, or only have room for a seal box? So I think what you really should do, instead of worrying about the price of the driver, is kind of figure out the criteria, like how much power do I have? What kind of box am I going to be building? Where is it going to go? How much is the box going to cost me? Is it something I can build myself? It's something I can buy. Or is there something that's already boxed and ready to go? So for example, like Rockford makes the P300 series subwoofers that come with a 300 watt amp and a box all in one. Those things are awesome. We do a ton of them. We have lots of videos showing you how to put them in. You can type in Soccer Mom in our channel and that'll pull up one of them.
That would be Soccer Dad, no?
But, no, I think we call it Soccer Mom. But either way, so there's... Yeah, do that. 218s, there you go.
Good explanation. That's awesome.
It just means it can only get better for the rest of the week. I try not to think it like that. I mean, yeah. I want the DM link. Okay, me too. I mean, I have one, but I mean, I want it to be available, like, in the worst way, because it's really kind of I know. Do I want to take out the back seat of my CC truck and make a wall of subs? Ooh, I don't know, Nick. That's I haven't done that in years. Like, years. We used to do Bandpass, walls of Bandpasses. That was always fun, like 412s and a Bandpass. Okay. Behind the back seat and the trucks. Bill Trigillis had the guy.
He loves Bandpasses.
Oh, he loves Bandpasses.
The last time he came in the minivan,
He's like, dude, come on over here. Come on and hear this.
Oh, did he have a bandpass in the minivan?
Yeah, in the center console.
I don't doubt that.
I'm like, wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's a nut for those. Yeah. But with that being said, I mean, the last, like, one of the walls we did was he was friends with an aquarium builder. That's where he learned all his acrylic stuff, and they built a full acrylic 412 bandpass.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, it was crazy.
Well, Brian, thank you for watching, man.
Yes, no doubt. Thank you. Dean and Fernando, do you guys have a home listening setup or straight TV speakers? Well, okay, so we both have home stereos. Fernando just got his, thanks to our friend and yours, Mr. John Schneid.
Yes.
My home stereo is comprised of Morel speakers and AudioControl preamp, and then I have Adcom and Onkyo amplifiers. My monitors, I have 3 of them across the front. They're identical. They have a Morel 8-inch subwoofer or mid, I don't know what it is, 8-inch low-frequency transducer. Boom.
Ooh, nice.
They're 6-inch mid-range. So basically it's a 6-inch mount, but it has a 3-inch dome in the center of it. So it's just a dome mid. So it's basically a 3-inch dome that goes off to a 3-inch voice coil. And then I have a set of their 1-inch dual magnet soft dome tweeters in the top of the cabinet. It was a Morel purchase, meaning Morel made these. It's just what's in each cabinet. Back when I bought them, they did not make a center channel, so I just bought 3 of them. Immediately when I got them, I called off to Wisconsin and had them make me all brand new passive crossovers, because Morel was not on point with their passive crossovers back then like they are now. I had big passive crossovers made, super sexy.
I thought you had like a bullet tweeters and loudspeakers.
No. 212s and bandpasses. They're again in the corners. Thank you, Bill. He didn't build them, I built them, but it was, that's just because that's all we built.
Yep.
And then
built.
Yeah, and then so that's home. You have a Pioneer Elite system.
I have a Pioneer Elite system. Yes, I have Towers Energies. They are bi-ampable, so.
You have A
and I have the center channel too. Yeah.
You have the AB going to both.
Yes. Yeah.
So when I rewired my system, I don't know why I never did this. This was so funny. So for years I've had my subwoofers in the corners where it's a dual voice coil, so I have one voice coil on A, one voice coil on B. And it was always the 2. So it was always like these 2 A, these 2 B. And it never occurred to me, I don't know why, to put A and B, or like all of A on this woofer and all of B on that woofer, so I can go click, and it turns on just one woofer.
Yes.
I've never, don't know why I never did that. I finally did that, and I was like, what an idiot, because like one of my subwoofers sits behind my shower.
Understand.
And the shower's on the other side, and the other one is directly behind Sue's head in the bedroom.
Yes.
On the other side of the wall. So it's like now I can just play this one in the corner, and I'm like,
just one, man.
Yeah, I need a break. Is basically what we're getting at. Dean's brain is starting to just turn to mush. Still hasn't set up the Adamus. Yes, no, I haven't. Dude, like, and apparently next weekend, dude, we get one day off, man. And right now, dude. As all of you know, we're going on Groundhog Day 450. I mean, it's basically what it is.
Well, my neighbors never complain. They play loud music too. I mean, like loud music kind of, but when I turn it up. So when Naomi turned 15, that was a party there. Like that was music loud and everything. Yeah, when she turned 15.
When Naomi turned 15.
When Naomi turned 15. Oh, that was just no complaining, man. Thank God. So.
Dean, you need a timeline on those subwoofers. No, I don't. Dude, there's so much bass in that. Oh God, dude. When we put the AudioControl receiver in, I don't know what movie we watched, but I hadn't. Everything was set to 0. Meaning I hadn't gone in and turned anything up or down, and I had both those subwoofers playing in the shelves. Where all the tchotchkes are that we have. I don't know what fell. Something fell on one side, then something fell on the other side, and I was like, okay. Let's turn these. We better turn this. And she was like, "See, see." I'm like, "Oh, slow down."
Oh God.
Use the mini 2x4 DSP. Okay. No, I'll stick with the AudioControl.
Oh, the audio control, yes.
Hey, and look who's the sponsor of the show, AudioControl.
Exactly.
Oh,
And if you are interested in see home audio,
if you want to check out their home audio stuff, man,
you can even get a 2-channel
Rialto.
The Rialto. Oh
those
my
are super
God, sexy.
And, you know, one of the things I've always wanted, but I don't want to ever do because
we have one,
and we each have one.
Yeah.
So, like, when we got to Hagtalars,
yes.
you know, you got a Hagtalar at your house, I got a Hagtalar at my house, and I tossed around the idea of buying a second one for myself so that I could have a left and right in the office. And I'm like, I'll never have an opportunity to sit in there and listen to it, because I would love, my dream would be to have a tube amplifier preamp, whatever, and a really nice set of left and right monitors, and possibly some form of subwoofer. Yeah. That I can just like sit down, relax, and enjoy it. And it'll never happen because
water.
Yeah, I mean, I got like what 10 pairs of headphones that are all shapes and sizes. And I don't know why I bought them, because I never get the opportunity to listen to them all that often.
Actually, I was playing on Saturday night. Yeah. The Morel Hectalar.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, yes.
It's so awesome.
God. Gabi's like, oh my God, turn it down.
Yeah. 05 Yukon with Bose installed ILX W650. How? Now I have a hissing noise through the speakers unless the radio is muted. Yeah, you do. Because for one, it's a 2005 Yukon going into the Bose system, so you're overdriving the input of it. What you may want to do, that's the floor noise is what you're getting, because you're sending way more signal into that Bose amplifier than you were from the factory. What I would suggest doing is go into the ILX W650, go to the advanced sound settings, and go to the crossover. Once you're in the crossover, you're going to have front, rear, and sub, and you're going to have level control, meaning you're going to be able to turn the level down. Strongly suggest turning the level all the way down. Just turn front, rear, and sub levels all the way down. If you want to leave sub up, I totally understand. But turn those levels all the way down. The output of the ILX W650 is way too hot. Way too hot. And if you hooked it up using the preamp section, it's okay, but you're still going to want to turn it down. If you use the powered section, you're just overdriving the shit out of it.
All right, how can we take advantage of the Apple Hi-Fi lossless? That's what I said.
I know.
With an aftermarket radio with the USB or aux.
I think Apple said it's going to be over USB.
It's going to be over USB. Yes.
So I think you have to get the camera kit that has the Lightning to USB adapter. Yeah. So if you don't already have one, I suggest buying one now, because once this hits and everyone figures it out, they're going to be hard to find.
Like always, and then having a good radio.
Once it opens up and it's out and it's available and all that, we'll do some videos, we'll do some how-tos, we'll show you guys all how to do it. So once we know, we'll let you guys know, because we're just as excited as
I'm checking every day, man.
Yeah. AudioControl typically does not do discounts or sales, and let's be honest, right now, nobody's doing discounts or sales. Because when I put I got my receiver, and it sat for about 4 months, and then I finally got the opportunity to put it in after Christmas, and I sent Chris Bennett a picture of it, and he goes, dude, he'd honestly forgotten he'd sent it to me, so maybe it had been longer than it might have been 6 months. And he's like, where did you get that? Did we send that to you? And I was like, yeah. He goes, you want to sell it to me? And I was like, no, I don't want to sell it to you.
He's also creating his
I saw that.
His room too. Awesome.
You guys watching Kicker Marine Audio Radio's released tomorrow? I mean, if I remember, and if I don't, I'll probably go watch it after the fact.
Which one?
The Marine Radio release. What's your thought on 2-seat tunes? I have a driver's seat focused, one paid someone to do it, but my wife's complaining about the passenger seat not sounding as close to the driver. Should I get a 2-seat tune, or it would make much difference, being it will be both seats not good? That is like the question of the day. Here's where you screwed up. You let your wife sit in the driver's seat, my guess, and she got to hear how it sounded, and she paid attention, and she got over to the passenger seat, and she was like, what the hell? This sucks. Yeah. Because it sounds exactly the way it did before. So for those of you that have never sat in a one-seat tuned car where it's like it gives the illusion of a soundstage and a main vocal coming out of either above the gauge cluster or the center of the dash, depending on what kind of person you are, then you're used to sound coming from left, sound coming from right, and it's just this, which isn't bad, it's just one of those things. The passenger in a one-seat tune hears it the way it sounded previous, meaning all the sound is coming from the corner of the dash. So it's like, there's the sound. It doesn't lean towards the front. In order to do a two-seat tune, you have to have some form of upmixing capability, and or what you run into is just a sound stage up front where the sound is elevated, but it's still off to the sides, because most DSP processors don't have the ability to do a 2C tune properly. If you would like to do a 2C tune, or if you'd like it to where it sounds better for her while she's in the car, then yeah, I would suggest doing a different tune, but having tune 1, tune 2, to where it's like when she's not in the car, you get to listen to it. When she is in the car, then it's just a smattering of sound coming from the front. However, if you have a DSP with an upmixer, well then yeah, pay the guy to tune it with the upmixer if he knows how to do it. That's the other thing too, because that's taking it to a whole nother level of fun and excitement.
I knew it.
Yeah, well, it's okay, man. We're working it.
Marty Dean.
But or the easiest thing, like if you want to try something yourself, just go in and turn off the time alignment. And let it fall back to the sides, and it might work fine. It's a weird thing. Every now and then we get the request for somebody that's like, can I just, my wife is this and that. It's like, okay, and most of the DSPs we use don't have upmixing capability in it, and then you explain to people how this works, and they're like, okay. We'll make it sound like it did before, and it's like, that's fine. So then you kind of time alignment for the center. It just kind of moves it in just a little bit on the passenger side, so the guys that don't like above the steering column aren't going to like it, because usually that's what happens when you have like it's like it just narrows it down where the sound's like in front of you, which isn't bad. It's actually kind of nice for the passenger. Like in the Teslas, dude, it's like this mini soundstage in front of each person. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But will the Helix Ultra be good for a 2C tune? Yes. Not all, but most of the Helixes do have the upmixing capability built into them. It's pretty cool. Yes. So the other thing too, keep in mind, you gotta have a center channel.
Yeah.
So if you're planning on doing that, you need a center channel. So if you don't have a center channel, it doesn't matter. So you have to have a speaker in the center of the dash to do it properly with upmixing. Otherwise, you're just gonna, like I said, you're just gonna kind of direct the sound in narrower. I didn't mean to. Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to start a rant the other day on the future of hand units, but all the features. Oh, did we talk about that? All the features you mentioned are out in second-tier Chinese radios. Toshlink DSP.
Yep.
High res.
Yep.
Yeah. No doubt. High res, camera inputs, 1080 screens, but not first-tier radios. 100%. You are right. And the thing is they're second-tier radios. And that's always going to be the problem. Is that until first-tier radio manufacturers come out with this stuff, then it doesn't matter. But we've seen the radios. We know there's a radio with 8-channel preamp on it with a full DSP. In Japan, you can buy one. It's basically a first-tier radio in Japan.
Yes.
It's not the cheap white box crap. It's an actual legit Japanese radio that doesn't come over here to the States, that has 8 channels of preamp, full DSP, super sexy. We have a fan of the show that sends us car stereo magazines from Japan. So we get to see all this cool stuff that they have over there that we don't have.
Oh, totally, yes. It's like, wow, we don't have this in here.
So, keep in mind, too, in Japan, it's a whole different thought process behind replacing the factory radio. Like, over there, it's kind of a normal thing to do, in that you can actually buy a car without a factory radio. So things are done differently there. The other thing, too, is, I'm with you. Trust me, I see these white box radios. It's like, you can literally, with a Toyota, you know, we can go in and we could type in factory replacement radio for a Toyota Avalon, give the year, and there's a white box radio that has the full dash kit, radio in the center, looks super clean, super sexy. You know, it's got every single feature under the sun, and it costs like $700. And it's like, it's not terrible, but it's not like it's gonna last 3 years.
No.
You know?
No.
And that's the problem. It's like, as soon as you have to add in longevity or quality of sound or any of that stuff, that's usually where it goes sideways.
Sideways, it goes up. You know, I start getting into pricing and
do AirPlay dongles actually work? Which would you recommend going 2001 LR? Yeah, okay. All right. So the company I'm looking forward to talking to here at the end of the month is ZZ2?
Yes.
ZZ2, because they make one for the Mustang.
So if you go to the website, they list the cars that they...
Yeah, that the ZZ2 covers.
Correct.
I haven't worked with one yet. I found out they have one, and honestly, it's driving me crazy not having wireless CarPlay in my car because I've had it for 2 years, and now that I don't, I just think it sucks. And almost... It's like, damn it.
Yeah.
You know, because we did the brand new Camaro the other day, and the cheap 7-inch radio has wireless CarPlay, and I'm like, oh my god, really?
Wireless, baby.
Really? Oh, it sucked.
Did the CD ever fix the fire?
I don't know. Oh, the fire hydrant?
Oh.
Yeah, that was this morning.
I
hope so.
No, I don't think so.
Really? Is it still leaking? I haven't looked. I got to be honest with you. That's one of those things I say to Paul. I go, hey, do this, and then I forget.
Yes. Sorry, wireless dongles. Yes.
Yeah. So no, keep that one on the back burner. Like I said, you can check out ZZ2, but they're one of the brands that's supposedly coming to KnowledgeFest. So I'm really excited if they are, because I want to talk with the guys. I want to buy one for my car, and see if it works. Because if it does, oh yes.
Will you have a custom sub enclosure made for the Mustang?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have something made.
All right.
But that's so far down the road.
Oh, yes.
We're working on another thing right now.
Right now is,
I don't think it would fit in that. If it did, that would be cool, but that's
one?
not the one that we're talking about right now.
I
don't think it'll
so.
fit.
No.
Yeah. I'm more worried about, but if they do that one
maybe.
Cool, then...
Oh, you know, that would be cool. If they make it, make it fit.
I would just have one made for that.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, 2012 Regal with the Harman Kardon system found inputs to factory amplifier, but the voltage coming out is 1 to 5, our highest. Is that good enough to solder RCAs into the JLXD 1000.5?
Yeah.
So it's 5 volts.
Yeah. Oh heck yeah! If it's variable it's going
voltage.
Up and down, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, you don't get a lot when it comes to factory radios and the variable voltage. You just hope you get variable voltage, and if you get it, then solder away. Go to town. Focal Utopias on a Voce, full AD active, tweeters on or off axis. Well, it depends. Are the tweeters on or off axis in your car? So are they here or are they here?
On axis, man.
Eyeballs, ears. Eyeballs, ears.
Yeah.
All
right.
And I gotta be honest with you, that one,
What?
You know what? We gotta write that down.
Which one?
We're gonna do on axis, off axis. We'll do that as this week. We didn't have. That's why we haven't stopped to go to fundamentals. Is we didn't do one this week because of the way all the time. But next week, I'm going to do on axis, off axis on the tweeters.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that because that's one of those things. Trust me, even myself, I always get them confused because it's one of those odd things that it's like it doesn't make sense. I always call eyeballs or ears, eyeballs or ears. So, and I always because it's one of those.
Like a peekaboo.
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
I can't hear you. I can't see you. I can't hear you. But anyways, yes. So.
I want to put a sub on a stock 2021 Lexus LS 350 with the Mark Levinson system, 17 speakers. What do you recommend I do?
Well, first thing you gotta do is you're gonna have to figure out how to shut off the fake engine noise.
ANC.
The ANC. So Google that first and find out how to turn off the ANC in your car. It may be something as simple as unplugging a module in the rear, or something you program in the radio. But usually there's some backdoor stuff on some of those. Once you've done that, you're going to want something, either an outboard high-level to low-level adapter that will take substantial amounts of input, something like the AudioControl LC2i or LC2i Pro, or something like a Kicker KEYLOC. Or just buy an audio control amplifier. So like the LC 1.800 has the LC2i Pro built into it, and all you have to do is put it in. So it'll take 20 or 40 volts of input and rock on. And if it's not enough, they also make the LC 1.1500. But
yeah,
one of those would be spectacular for that. That's kind of what we would do. Is like, you know, we'd be like, what kind of, how much bass do you want? All right, fine. Do this, and then I don't have to do a bunch of extra crap.
Yeah. Will the Helix Ultra be good for a 2C tune? Yeah, definitely.
That one we played with.
All right, Upgrade Fever.
Upgrade Fever.
Yeah, currently it's a Kenwood DMX 906S.
Okay.
A Tweak ADA. Kenwood XR amplifiers. Morel Tempo Ultras 3 ways.
Okay.
Rockford P212. What should I upgrade first?
Amplifiers.
Amplifiers?
Yeah. Because the 906 to the 907 really isn't that big of a deal. The XR amplifiers are a great budget high-end amplifier. Like they don't cost, they don't kill you on the price. But there again, it depends on how many of them you have, because it might just be a matter of, like, if let's say you have the 5-channel, moving the 5-channel just to the front stage and getting like another 4-channel to run the rear, or buying the 4-channel to run the bridge it to the front mid bass, and running the 5-channel to the tweeters in the rear.
So it's a 3-way set, right? Let's think about it. This is passive.
Go active. So then add in a 4-channel.
There you go.
So take the 4-channel, add that in, and run it all active. Does it have a DSP?
It has the Tweak ADA. That's
so Tweak ADA. So we got 8 channels.
Maybe buying the.
Maybe up.
No. He has the Tweak ADA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got 8 channels.
Yeah.
So is it a 3-way active or just?
It's a 3-way.
So he's not doing rear.
It doesn't say if he's doing rear, but yeah.
But power. Always more power. Get more power, for sure.
Power. All right.
Will you be doing the 43-inch Samsung monitor and the dash of the Mustang, Brian? No. But yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. You guys going to KnowledgeFest Orlando? I need a celebrity pick. We will 100% be at KnowledgeFest Orlando. We have a class. Is it 9 o'clock? Friday morning? Yeah, we do a class on digital stuff, such as one of the biggest complaints you guys always have is like, I can't find a shop in my area, I don't know anything. So we try to teach these guys how to create content for YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or wherever you'd like to put it, so that people can find them and or see what they do, how they do, and, you know, get stuff done to where you don't have to drive to us. I know it's counterproductive and we should just be happy to get all the work we are, which we are. However, if there's somebody closer to you that does a good job, hey, look at that. It's Chris Bennett from Utah.
Chris Bennett from Utah? Huh. I thought I was from Washington.
Man, it's funny he comes in right after we're done talking about audio control.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the first half of the show, all we did was talk about audio control. KnowledgeFest Orlando is all in person, no online. I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No offense to the online. Let's do online. Online sucked. Like, online it was horrible.
Boring, man.
Oh, it was so boring. Yeah. God, it was bad. and there again, no one watched. Nobody watched.
Orlando, baby. That's
I know.
Right.
Can't wait. Hello from Orlando this week. Hey,
I'm gonna hug Chris.
Oh, I know. You can do him a reach around. Butthole.
Okay, not that. Okay.
What is a very good component speaker for vocals that's loud and clear? Okay. That's one of those weird questions that it's like, I don't know. Vocals that are loud and clear. I mean, one of the vocalist speakers out there, you know, you have a Morel. However, I don't know, when you say loud and clear, you might be like thinking Hertz SPL shows.
Yeah.
You know, so
it depends
kind of
what loud and what clear you
big
were
bear
looking
hug for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, gents. What's up, Fro? What is the good... Okay, I already answered that one. Jeez. Does it make sense to run an Epicenter in dash and the DM608? I'm thinking about installing in my Chrysler. The reason I ask is because of the AccuBASS on the DM608. Ooh! AccuBASS versus Epicenter. Funny you should ask. The two have nothing to do with one another. People always get those two confused because they think AccuBASS is like an Epicenter. It's not. They're not even in, like, they don't even, that's like, apple and orange are both fruit.
It's like blue and
And
red.
that's where it ends. AccuBASS is designed to fix bass roll-off. Bass roll-off is what occurs when the factory loudness starts to roll the subwoofer off as the volume turns up. So as you're turning up the volume, the mids and highs and, you know, all the outside points, you know, the V curve, they start flattening out. And so what happens is that when you're listening at normal listening levels, you have pounding bass. And as you turn it up, the treble keeps kind of going up, but the subwoofer kind of does this. AccuBASS is designed to come in at this point, you dial the AccuBASS in, and it'll come up like this, it'll go like this, and then it'll rise, and it'll continue rising up, so that as your level goes up, they both track. That's what AccuBASS is. Epicenter is harmonic restoration. Has nothing to do with bass roll-off. Your bass roll-off won't fix itself with an Epicenter, okay? It won't matter. What an Epicenter is designed to do is when you take music that has no bass. So it has a drum, you know, but it doesn't really like, I like to use Van Halen as a case in point. However, you can also, what's the Latino?
Banda music.
Banda music.
Right.
That's just ba 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 ba. You add an Epicenter,
right.
You do the 1 octave shift to where it says, okay, we have a bunch of high bass. We're going to do an octave shift where it takes all that bass, scoots it over down an octave, and now all of a sudden that pop 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 pop, it's ba 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 ba. Okay, that's what an Epicenter does. Two totally different things. You can actually have both. And in some cases, you need both. That's because right. If you got like that crappy Nissan we did the other day, that it's like bass, 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 no bass, louder, gone. I mean, it almost seemed like the bass went down.
Oh my God, that was the worst sounding.
That was the worst sounding car.
Yes, Nissan Altima 2020.
Yeah.
Horrible.
So, anyways, I hope that clears that up. That's a question you guys always ask, and yes. You do both. This car is getting both. This car, we won't need AccuBASS because it's getting a Kenwood radio, but we got AccuBASS. Who cares? We're doing an Epicenter because Banda music, baby.
Banda music, baby.
Because I don't think he's listening to classic rock. He might. Yeah, Mel, what's up?
Traffic jams.
Oddly enough, that's who texted me.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. I got a 2000 Mustang. I need help with the 0 gauge through the firewall. It's a 5-speed.
Oh.
Ooh.
Passenger side.
Yeah, man.
It's passenger side. Mustangs are passenger side. Got to go on the passenger side where the battery is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's passenger side. Isn't that the one where you got to like come over a certain amount of inches and just like go
if
through?
If it's 5-speed, definitely.
Yeah,
it's just like you're gonna have the clutch right there. So.
2017 Mustang Ecoboost 4-cylinder. What's the best way to add bass? Bass 6 speakers, audio system, and I believe it has ANC and engine noise. The 4-cylinder probably won't. The 4-cylinders typically don't do the ANC thing.
No.
No, I don't think so.
But you may be surprised. But I don't think so.
I would totally be surprised. But I don't think the 4-cylinders do.
No.
I mean, tap off the front mid bass is really what you want to come off of it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's it. But that shouldn't have ANC in it.
LC2I.
Yeah.
You know, LC2I Pro.
6-speaker audio system. All right, is it the 6-speaker in the front? Because if it's a 6-speaker in the front where you have the tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass...
It's a 2017.
Yeah, it could have that. If it has the 3 up front, the amplifier is going to be in the passenger kick. That's a DSR1. Because that's the 8-inch touchscreen with that. If it's the 6 speaker where it's just 1, 2, and then the rear,
right,
then that's a different story. You still want to tap the front speaker.
Yep.
But check and see if the amplifier's in the passenger kick. If the amplifier's in the passenger kick, DSR1, they make the whole T-harness for that. It does all the fun stuff. It's technically variable voltage output, but it does some weird stuff, so it doesn't usually work all that well.
Yeah.
Like the first gen worked great, the second gen didn't. But you can head over to idatalink.com to check and see. Also check in your passenger kick. Thoughts on the Pioneer 4660 NEX? You know, it was weird. Like, that radio came out. Front tweeter, lower mid and door stage, tiny dash screen. Oh, okay, that one. Pioneer radio. But still tap the front door speaker. But Pioneer radio. So the 4660 NEX came out. And it was a nice radio.
Yeah.
But, like, we never really got to do much with it because once COVID hit, then the chips, and so we never really got a chance to really play with it. What I did like about it, okay, all right, first off, the thing I hate about all Pioneers, can't freaking stand is the USB-C connector on the back of the radio.
That's the worst.
Is like,
I don't know what they think about.
Is in the dumbest place ever, and always causes a problem. If you've seen any time we put one of those in, it literally just plugs into the back of the radio, and it's just asking to be broken or fall off.
Yep.
All right. Hate it. The micro HDMI on the other side is an even worse spot.
Yep.
Like, what the heck were you guys thinking?
Yeah.
It's totally stupid. The one redeeming feature on the 4660, though, it is a short chassis, which means you do have plenty of room to build a support to hold the USB-C and also the HDMI if you're going to go with it. As far as form and function and all that, it works just like a normal Pioneer. If you're a Pioneer fan, you're going to like it. It has all the cool features. It's wireless and whatnot. The one thing that like, I don't like about the new Pioneer floating screens was that they didn't do anything, and like, most guys that come out with floating screens kind of try to make it look cooler, but they didn't. When you go into like the audio and the menus, it just like shrinks down to a little tiny menu in the center, which with the 4660 you don't have to worry about because it's already just a 6.9 inch. So
it's rubber band
but no, I mean it's cool. I like the fact that it's short chassis.
Yeah.
That to me was like, oh, thank God.
All right, so when installing a second battery, it's a battery isolator a must? If you so, what size?
Well, the 200 amp is right here. This is pretty much the normal size that you're going to go with, because keep in mind you're not going to be. Yeah, it's got a 500 amp peak. So I mean, the whole idea is to draw the current off of the back battery, not off of the front battery. As far as whether it's a must, here's my thoughts on that, and these are just my thoughts, and these are just the thoughts of somebody that's been putting second batteries in cars for a really long time. If your car sits for any period of time, like you don't drive it every day, like maybe 2 days a week you don't drive it. Like my car doesn't ever leave the garage Sunday because, all right, and it doesn't get driven all that much during the week, so it's like it still has no mileage on it. So I mean, it's like 15 miles a day get put on my car. Well, that would be a bad candidate for not putting in a battery isolator because I'm not driving enough and the batteries are sitting there hating each other for a really extended period of time. If you're the type of person that drives your car a lot, drives your car every day, it's the main form of transportation, and so there's typically a lot going on, the isolator really isn't the most like pressing matter. Fusing, got to have fusing. Front fuse, back fuse, fuses on the amplifier, fuses everywhere. It also comes down to the size of the battery. If it's just like most of the time we're just putting small little batteries in the back, just little tiny small batteries, they're not going to draw and cause issues. Whereas if I put a big battery back there, like I'm putting like, oh god, oh my god, my arm.
That was a big one.
Well then yes, you better have an isolator. So those are my thoughts, and those are just what I've experienced over the years putting batteries in the cars. What's up, Mr. Bill Freeman?
Bill Freeman. Oh, wow.
And Mr. Robert Van Hoy.
That's right. Oh, he drives a lot.
He's a trucker.
We ended up at Hooters. Oh, there you go, man.
Who did? You did? Who went to Hooters?
They say we ended up at Hooters for lunch, since you guys told me.
Oh,
it was the first one, so it was really good. Thanks, guys. Would you recommend a Sony over the Pioneer at this time?
I mean, you could probably get the Sony.
The customer says, you know, I don't want Kenwood or JVC.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, listen, when it comes to, like...
I would go with the Sony.
Like, if you just want to put a radio in a car, and, like, you just want it to be a radio, like I get into my car, I turn the volume up, I turn the volume down. I have yet to put my Bluetooth into it. I don't have any presets on it at all. I plug in my phone before I start my car. It automatically launches into CarPlay, and that is all that has happened since I've got my car. I don't do anything else with it. To me, a Sony would go in there and be perfect, because I'm not doing nothing with that radio. It is the easiest thing in the world to use. There's no lots, you know, there's not a lot to it. Sonys are awesome. They sound great, and they're simple. Like, there's no, you're not getting lost in the menu structure of a Sony, okay? It's not going to happen, okay? No. So if you got a customer that's like, I don't want this, sell them a Sony all day long.
Yeah.
But there again, you could probably get the Sony. I don't think you're getting the Pioneer right now.
No.
Unless you got one. Oh, the irony. I know, right? Been freaking busy. Well, yeah, you're trucking to save the world, man. What's the part number of the harness you guys use that'll plug into the 2021 Honda Accord? It's the Metra...
It's gotta be the Access.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Metra Access DSP harness. I don't even know if it's still available.
I don't know if it's still available.
Or did we use the iData one?
I think that was...
iData now. Is there? No? Maybe there isn't. I thought there was. No, there isn't. I don't know. It would have been Access.
Yeah.
I still think you find it on the Metra page. I don't think you have to go to the Access page. It might not be there, because I know they've started to do away with a lot of those. Can you do Monday topic on proper fuse size?
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I have, okay. Something that I'm going to dovetail into that I've been working on an idea for, but yes, something along those lines. Yes.
This is just the DSP.
Yeah, I don't think they make the harness anymore.
DSP interface with the bypass harness. That's it.
Yeah, so one of the things that Metra is doing now is they're just selling the DSP with the harnesses included, which kind of sucks, but
yeah.
Try to go to Metra's website and just type in.
I did.
No. Go to the top. Go to here and type in Honda DSP harness.
All right.
I'm stuck between two kicker keylocks and a JL Audio Fix 86. Which would you get? It totally depends on the car. Okay. The reason why it depends on the car is what are we trying to fix? Does our car have all pass filters in it? If a car has all pass filters in it, well, I'm probably going to go with the kicker KEYLOC. What is it that I'm trying to fix? So, do I have bass roll off? Well, KEYLOC, because it'll do an inverse loudness control on it and fix that for you. Or how involved do you want to get into the installation of it? Doesn't have anything?
See, I hate it because they don't show you the picture, but it must be something like this.
Click on that.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No picture.
Yeah, so it's gone. They discontinued them. Yeah, I think they're gone.
But check Metra. I mean,
yeah, it's tough. They're kind of getting rid of all that. But otherwise, go to the 2021 or 2020, and you can always buy a 70 harness and a 71 harness. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you'll find out as soon as you type in, because there's a 70 and then a 71. Yeah. One goes into the back of the radio, one goes into the factory harness. So, for example, like Fernando's got a 70 harness is what plugs into a factory harness, and then a 71 would be what plugs into the back of the radio. Sometimes you need 270 harnesses to make a complete harness, but that's,
Team No Fuse. I like that one.
Team No Fuse, hell yeah. All right, so I know I was talking, so back to the KEYLOC and whatnot. So the nice thing about the kickers is that, there again, what do you need two for? I mean, are we worried about front and rear?
Two kicker?
Yeah, I mean, are we doing it for front and rear fade? I mean...
Two kicker key?
No, KEYLOCs.
Oh, two KEYLOCs. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Do we need it for front to rear fade? Because, I mean...
Right.
Who cares? But, yes, if you need front to rear fade, then, yeah, 2 would work.
Yeah.
That was why they only came out with the 2-channel, because they were like, we just need 2 channels of audio to go into something, and we rock on from there. But they're super easy to set up, so, I mean, the one nice thing is that you just let it do its thing, and it's like, clean signal, out, done. You guys still need to get the ABS blown PVC with the links. Did they? All right, hold on. Answer a question.
All right, how you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
I have a 2002 Pontiac Trans Am WS6 with a factory monsoon system. I was wondering how you hear one of these cars with the JL Audio stealthbox. No, I haven't heard no car like that with the stealthbox. I mean, but those boxes are really nice. I didn't know that they make a stealthbox for that car. That's crazy. Yeah. Did you ever?
Which car?
The Pontiac?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the
You
little
do?
110 in the corner.
I never heard that.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
It sucked.
Okay.
The 110 in the corner was terrible. The 210s in the well was nice. However, I mean, that was back then. Before we had subwoofers, like shallow mount stuff that would fit into small enclosures like that. I'd be curious. I think, because you could do the 110 off into the side. I think with a shallow mount woofer, especially now with some of the shallow mount woofers we have, it would probably sound okay. Because back then it sucked. Do you guys still get ABS and blown PVC with the link? We put that up for you guys as far as what he's talking about when you go to DNF tool drawer and you come over here to the plastics. A lot of you guys ask what kind of plastic we use. So we put up links here so that you could go over to Amazon and find some plastics. It comes in different sizes, different thicknesses, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We buy from a supplier, so we buy 4x8 sheets.
We buy a lot.
And I can tell you right now, buying plastic is super expensive, and it sucks. So
very expensive.
It's so crazy money.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna back to wood. Ha! It's
no,
even.
We're not.
It's
just, I saw an old video where you use the Access DSP harness for the install high-level DSP. Does that go into the SmartLink module on the Subaru? No instructions on Metro's website to tell you. No. If you're going into the Subaru, you got to go like we just did one the other day, a couple weeks ago, and we had to go after the Starlink module, obviously, because we wanted to keep Starlink. And there was no harness that we had for the modern Starlink. So we ended up just grabbing our 4 speaker wires for the fronts and making our own T-harness. So, lots of fun.
Did you make a video? All video?
No,
or
that
you
was...
use a DSP
no,
harness?
not for that. I don't think so. We might have.
I
don't
mean,
remember.
if it's in the video, and probably, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. It's like, come on.
It's a lot of videos in there.
Videos. Looking to put a Forester. Where should I get this signal? Okay, so here's the thing. Regardless of the car, when it comes to tapping into a speaker, one of the really cool things about the KEYLOC that we were talking about earlier is that it has an RTA built into it. All right, and the reason why it has an RTA built into it is so that when you tap into a speaker, you can figure out, does that speaker have the sound that I need? If you don't know, and you're obviously like, hey, I'm gonna buy the KEYLOC as your high-level to low-level adapter. Most of the time, it's the front speakers that have the bass response. If there isn't a dedicated subwoofer in the car, it's going to be your front speakers. The rear speakers don't always have full frequency output. But with the KEYLOC, it will give you an LED to tell you, hey, this is a good speaker to tap into, or no, this is not a good speaker to tap into. Obviously, some form of a handheld RTA would be awesome, but right now, that's a no. Amp dyno collecting dust. Amp dyno is giving me a hernia because we have to keep moving it around. We were talking about the other day what amplifiers that we want to test on it, and that's
I have
really,
one in mine.
That's the holdup is we don't. we don't know what amp we want to test first.
Yeah.
We've actually been doing testing for it or on it, but not for you guys to see, more for manufacturers to play with. We had a couple, they're like, hey, can you test this and send us pictures? We're like, yeah, sure. So we haven't been filming with it per se. We've just been doing pictures for
We're selfish
for other manufacturers and their products.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I just don't know what amplifiers to test.
I mean, I have one in mind that I definitely want to...
Yeah, and we'll probably do that
Yes.
one, but it's like, we're just trying to figure out when is nice, but take a vote which amp to test. Well, yeah, we would do that. We just need to make a list.
300 amplifiers right there.
Yeah, it's like it's like, okay.
And I mean, we can test.
Here's the thing.
All of them.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not testing any of the stuff that Derek's testing, and I'm probably not going to test any of the stuff Hi-Fi's testing. I don't want to test those amplifiers.
They already up there, man.
Yeah, the ACMs, they're done. I think Derek did those.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do all of them,
Right.
which I guess would be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to chew the same dirt. Test head units. Who does head unit? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we could do head
We
units.
used to do the head unit test. Yeah.
I mean, right now, who cares? They're head units. I mean,
They don't exist. Head
you know?
units.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
the other
make
thing.
head
It's like
units right now.
we basically have one head unit. It floats, and you want it or you don't.
XR amplifiers. Yeah. See, our XR amplifiers are good. You know.
Yeah,
Makes sense. I don't know if
and we
makes
got
sense.
one.
Yeah.
You know, we
Big
got the one.
4-channel and a 5-channel and a monoblock test.
And there's the thing. That's kind of more what we're trying to do. Is we're going to do that type of test.
Right.
I'm not testing old school amps. I don't have any old school amps to test that work or that I want to break. So, no, the 5-channel amp was always the like go-to. This is what we're going to test kind of thing. It's just a matter of what 5-channel do we want to play with. So the amplifier he has in mind is going to be something along those lines, and we will be doing that. But I don't know, man. It's one of those things. Yes, I'm going to overthink it. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just going to ask for old school amps. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, what's up, Bobby?
Dodge Charger. No, I want the Challenger, man. Dodge Challenger.
Why don't you bring us an amp, Jeff? Just bring us an amp. Just bring us an amp and just go into the room, go into the closet, do this, pick out an amp, and we'll test that.
He's probably doing this. Oh, hang on. Another one over here. It's a lot.
But I think that's what we'll do. The Warhorse. Warhorse doesn't work. And I don't. Yeah, it's 10,000 watts, man. I don't think the dyno would like it. How does Paul sell head units when everyone is out of them? The reason how Paul sells head units is because Paul is an inventory hoarder. Okay,
we buy a lot.
He buys every single thing, and he knew this was coming.
We sell one, and we ordered like
5
4 or 5.
But no, he just, dude, man. Trust me. When it comes to inventory. And back to the cheap amp thing. If we wanted to amp dyno cheap amplifiers, let me tell you what, guys. We got amps for days. We could amp dyno cheap amplifiers.
Oh my god!
We could do one a day until the end of the year, and like we got all that crap.
Yep.
But I don't want to waste my time with it.
I want to dyno that one. Who cares? I just want to see it.
Yeah, the Zen?
The Zen 9.
Oh, that would be funny. Man, I don't know. I don't want to put that through the dyno.
Let's put it.
No, I like that. I'm thinking Jeff Smith goes in his closet, pulls out one of his random amplifiers because he's got a shit ton of them, and we just do that.
Yeah.
And that'll be the first video. Paul still no refurbished stuff anymore.
No.
Does Paul watch the news and knew it was coming? No, you got.
He's always been like that. He's always ordered a lot. So
he loves inventory. He's a hoarder, guys. He hoards
in a good way.
I don't know.
We have a lot of stuff, man. Like, you come over here.
Like I said, if anybody's interested in that Pioneer, 45th or 90th anniversary thing, whatever that is,
80th
anniversary piece, We got
have
one.
It. I think we have 2.
No, we got one.
We want. So
I thought we had sold it, and I found it the other day, and I was like,
you want this?
God,
I don't like the color. I like red. I have it right here.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah.
The news, baby. Yeah.
Yes, on Friday.
Yeah, he doesn't watch our news show. So yeah, because he always goes, literally reported on that 2 weeks ago. Kenwood XR components, biampable, or the Focal Access components. Ooh.
See, like right now, the new Kenwood, I'm
like
excited
those.
about to hear those, man.
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah. Need to dyno a pyramid amplifier. Oh, yeah, for sure, right? I would do that just to watch it blow up on the dyno. Has lots of new old stock. Let me tell you what, if you guys want some classic radios,
just please call 727.
And don't plan on getting a deal on him, because he's not going to give you a deal. But oh yeah, he's got some classic radios for sure. I think we still have a Sony shelf up there somewhere. Yeah, I don't doubt that for a minute.
Yeah.
How can I order a set of Focal through-way mid dash speaker brackets like the Tundra video? Man, I wish we had time to do that kind of stuff.
Like,
but
we have people that they want just
the
little things, and we
just don't have time.
I know, man. I feel bad.
We dropped off the new component, DXR component. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Or the XR components today. Why, were we out of set? It's amazing we were out of them. Okay.
I think everyone wants you. Let's blow an amplifier.
Listen, it's not as hard as you would think. I've blown up plenty of amplifiers, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
And it's fun.
Let me tell you what, when people ask us to beta test things because they know I'm not easy on anything. So we blow some stuff up for manufacturers so that they can figure out how not to blow stuff up. That is something that I'm great at. I will break you send me your stuff, I will find a way to break it.
Oh, it's in camera. We just never
can't show you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the things about working for a manufacturer is keeping things like that private.
Yeah, you have to.
How are the Phoenix Gold GX amps compared to the AudioControl? I honestly don't know. I don't know if that would be an apples and apples. I mean, obviously the AudioControl has an LC amplifier, which has a way better high level to low level input. Remember, the AudioControl amplifiers are great integration factors. If we're talking amp for amp, there again, I don't know. I would, being an AudioControl fanboy, I'd probably say the AudioControls, and that's just me being honest and saying I'm an AudioControl fanboy. But the GX series amplifiers are nice amplifiers.
Really nice amplifiers.
It's a basic power amplifier. They're not bad. They're not bad.
They're good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I kick it out of bed. If they, hey, you want it? Yeah, sure, I'll take them.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I mean, there you go. Maybe we should get the GX and do amp dynos on those. Jeff, bring us some GX amps. Yeah. Oh, I'd amp dyno the hell out of those. Yeah. That would be fun because they got like multi-channel.
Yeah, they have the multi-channel.
Jeff, is that a challenge?
That's a challenge. It's totally a challenge.
And that's basically how it goes. I'm like, I'm gonna break this, right? They're like, no. I'm like.
They say, oh yeah, go for it. And then they're like, oh my god, really?
Hold my water.
Exactly. How'd that happen?
Never. Oh, dude, let me tell you what. Might need an 8-track. Oh, let me tell you what. Years ago, I think right before you started, I took an 8-track out of a car.
Oh, really?
It was, I don't remember what the heck car. It was a Lincoln. Old school Lincoln.
Okay.
Took an 8-track out. I wanted that radio so bad. I was like, I even left it here just in case. The guy goes, where's the radio? The factory one. I said, I left it on the workbench. I said, do you want it? He goes, oh yeah, I want the back. I was like, okay. Like, you sure? He goes, yeah, I'll keep it. Keep it, when I sell the car. I said, okay. Damn it. Because I wanted that thing so bad. I mean, it was so cool.
8-track, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it would have been so neat. And holy cow. Oh, wow, look at the time. Holy
All right,
Jesus.
somebody, before we go, somebody says right here, True Customs. He want to open a stereo shop.
Okay.
Any tips, pointers, whatever, Right now.
Always get a deposit. Always get a deposit. Never order anything unless you have a deposit. Get at least 25% down. Make sure you write in your clause that a certain portion of that is non-refundable. Always have a 10% restocking fee if someone is not going to buy something. I know in today's market that's weird, but no, this is an independent retailer. You have lights, you have bills, you have time, you have calendar, you have all this stuff. This ain't Amazon where they just, so always put that in the receipt. Make them sign it, point it to them if you need to. Have insurance. Get garage keepers. If you're going to be working on cars, you have to have insurance for those cars because a damaged car can destroy your business. As far as inventory goes, keep it simple. You don't need 10,000 brands. Paul loves brands. We have every brand under the sun. But hey, that's how he structured his business. He's always been that way. That's his business model. Work into your business model. Never be afraid to change your business model. Meaning if it ain't working, change it. Right. If it is working,
go for it.
Keep going. Yeah. Ride it as long, but know when to get off and change. The other thing too is tools. Don't spend money on tools until you need that tool. Okay? A lot of guys will go and they'll buy $10,000 worth of tools in a $5,000 toolbox, and they got wrenches and sockets and stuff like that they never use, that they spent thousands and thousands of dollars on. Don't do that. Go and buy it when you need it for the job. Let the job pay for it, because it doesn't do you any good to have all that money wrapped up in something that you're not using. Tools are cool. Tools are how you make money, but don't spend a ton of money on them until you need those tools. Once you need them, buy them. Let the job pay for it.
Right.
Also, don't do something or commit to something that you know you're not capable of doing. Okay? If you're not a fab guy, don't promise to do fab work and then have it turn out like crap. Okay? Know your role. Sometimes you got to walk the guy. It's like, hey, listen, I don't do that kind of work. I'm sorry. I would love to do your car, but we don't do that. Or find somebody that can do that stuff for you and sub it out. When it comes to pretty boxes underneath the seat of the car, there's plenty of guys out there that make awesome pretty boxes. There's guys that make A-pillars now. There's a lot of companies out there that do this stuff for you. You don't want to get wrapped up, especially if you're an owner, installer, all in one. You don't want to get wrapped up in a build that's going to take you 2 weeks because you're going to lose a ton of money that walks in the door. So those are just observations from 30 years of doing this nonsense, but have a good time with that. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Man.
It's been fun. Time for Baywatch. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to have questions answered or just see what's going on in the install bay, make sure you head over to Instagram, 5-Star Car Stereo, the number 5-Star Car Stereo. Over there on Instagram, we do 5 Minutes with 5-Star, where we talk about the cars like this one that's in the bay. We tell you what's going on them. We show little things that we're doing on them. It's kind of like a fun time. And if we have time, we answer questions just like we do here. And it's neat, and, hey, why not? If you missed the 5 Minutes of 5-Star, well, you can actually watch the full rebroadcast of it as like a podcast Mondays today, over there on YouTube. And this, of course, is rebroadcast tomorrow over there on YouTube, too.
Right.
That's it, guys. You have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Fade to black.